Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far, and welcome back to the clown fiesta that is the Call of Duty League. We've got confirmation yesterday of what the third game mode is going to be here for CDL 2022, but the pros understandably not happy with the state of it in the game at the present time, and SlasheR saying he might have to prepare for the worst. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hitting that like button is the best thing you can do. Tell this channel reach new people, and please consider subscribing as well if you have not yet already. Firstly, this from Charlie Int I thought was quite remarkable, frankly. QA testers, so of course we looked at the quality assurance stuff a few days ago, the fact that a lot of these guys are getting laid off, and effectively they're staging a protest and a walkout, right? So, you know, honestly, Activision right now, kind of the PR around it is pretty much in the bin, as worst as it can possibly be right now. And of course, in addition to all of that, they've got all the problems with their game and their leagues and all this type of stuff, as we are going to dive into. So here comes out yesterday, Warzone X Vanguard Season 1 roadmap has finally arrived. Now, this stuff, of course, arriving into the game, at least some of the multiplayer stuff coming through last night. This is it on the big screen. Now, of course, I was hoping here we might get something about ranked play, right? But yeah, nothing along those lines. We imagine, I guess it's going to come in similar maybe to last year when the CDL launches, like hopefully in January, maybe February, I don't know. But we'll see, no confirmation. And well, as you can see in the top right-hand corner, new mode control. There's also 2 new maps coming into the game. One of them's a new one. One of them, I'm pretty sure, is a remake of Modern Warfare 3's Dome, which I'm pretty sure like was played in competitive, but it's not going to be great by any means. So maybe it can work. I don't really know what they're thinking with the other one, but it's not exactly London Docks is coming back to our knowledge, unless they drop it on us kind of unexpectedly. But yeah, there are some other things as well. Ricochet, the anti-cheat thing, is coming to Warzone, but not to multiplayer, so classic stuff on that front. But I guess for some reason they had to keep the fact that control was coming from the entire community until it actually was announced in the official roadmap, right? Even though they probably told the pros a little bit ago. So yes, control is coming. I think most people saw this and thought, okay, good. At least we've got a third competitive mode. It's going to arrive and it's going to be okay. And yeah, the pros can actually start practicing on it and making things work for, well, trying to prepare what maps are going to be used in this game mode for the upcoming year, if this is the one they go with. I was kind of wondering whether they would announce control and capture the flag at the same time. The pros could then kind of give it a go and see which one was which. But I honestly reckon they didn't even have control ready by launch, and they've just been making it the last month or so, frankly, because the state of control right now is honestly shambolic. Before we get into that, I wanted to mention this. I thought this was quite remarkable. The 2 perks that they added into Vanguard. Now, I imagine, of course, these aren't going to be used in competitive play, but I mean, look at this stuff. You unlock this perk by playing the Battle Pass, and sprinting reduces incoming damage. Like, what is that? Like, I mean, Shotzi's probably going to have a field day with this one, but I mean, it's just ridiculous. I don't know how they even come up with these ideas for the perks, to be honest. And then this one, Intuition. Your vision just pulses when enemies are nearby, even through walls. So, okay, wow, you just get a free vision pulse, I guess, when people are near you. It's, I mean, yeah, Simp says perks in the battle bar sound good to me, but yeah, I don't know how they come up with this type of stuff. Special incendiary grenade, I'm pretty sure all this stuff is going to get gentleman's agreemented, or just outright banned by the pros in the CDL rule set. But Azuma said I thought it was quite funny, to be honest. These new perks in Call of Duty are so realistic, right? That's how what they talk about. Yeah, we can't have a trophy system, lads, because it's not really realistic, was it, in World War II? But yeah, you've got perks like this. Like, come on, lads. Like, let's just move past that, maybe. So anyway, it was then noted by AdSnipes right here that Chrome puts out in the timeline that yes, under Call of Duty League now in game mode, CDL control is now listed. So yes, we have a third game mode. It's going to be hardpoint search and destroy control. Not everyone's going to be so happy about that, but at the end of the day, I'm just pretty happy to have a third game mode finally in the game, which is a pretty rarity we don't get a launch. But we're not playing domination, it seems. So I guess there is a positive to be taken away from that one, like we were during the Modern Warfare season. But certainly control isn't exactly in the greatest state, as well, we see in a few clips that come out. This, firstly from Simp, I thought was pretty incredible. There's so many clips along these lines. It does make me think, did they even playtest this at all coming into the game? Because the spawns in control are always obviously a bit of a big deal, right? Where are they going to spawn? How close do you have to be pushed up? Like, where are they going to spawn? Stuff like this. But I mean, clearly here on Bacage, there's basically no attempts to actually make these spawns make any sense. Cellium and Simp are trying to play it right here. Like, of course, Simp's on the defense, and he's pushed out all the way into the offensive spawn, which of course is a relatively common situation, right? Where of course it's pretty difficult to break out of some of these spawn traps. We see that generally teams get good at this towards the middle of the year. We saw last year, especially on maps like Garrison, for example, Checkmate, really difficult to break out of those kind of spawn traps that the defense can put you in at times. If you can break out of them, that's when you can actually, well, get a good situation going. But if the spawns are like this, then, well, there's pretty much no chance you're breaking out of a spawn trap, right? Because, I mean, look at this. He's just on a head glitch, and Cellium has nothing you can do about this, because every time he spawns up, he's not looking that direction, right, so he has to snap onto Simp. It's just not going to work out. Bacage control about to be a blast. Can only imagine this with spawn delay, he says. So, I mean, like, I can't believe the fact that this is just straight up possible. But it's not just this map. It's not just this spot where the spawns are broken. There's actually even more broken stuff than this. This, for example, on Tuscan, I couldn't believe really when I first saw this. A few clips that come out like this. So they're playing control. They're trying to give it a go. And, I mean, look at this. On the defense, they just spawn spawn right, like, where even is this? It's so far outside the map, I can't even believe it. I haven't seen this in, like, Search and Destroy. Sometimes these glitches happen. The funny thing is about this, that the way the squad spawns work in this game, like, you simply cannot spawn anywhere else. Like, once one of your guys has spawned it, your entire team just spawns in this location, despite spawning in a sensible spot, and that's where squad spawns really came in to just wipe out their entire team, and I guess the offense just got the free caps as a result. So stuff like this is in the game right now. Like, it does make you think, like, did they playtest this at all? Did they actually have guys running around on this map? Like, was this thought about in advance? Because the Search and Destroy bomb glitch was in a similar boat, to be honest. So I guess this is stuff, well, that will be fixed. How long will it take to be fixed? How much more stuff will be discovered over the coming days as well? That's a question mark. This is, well, a very similar spot. This guy's trying to, you know, secure the point B or whatever. He dies and spawns instead of out of the map. Well, he spawns in the same place, but I think this time he falls down or something. Like, I mean, there's a way that you can either spawn over here, or you can just, like, fall straight through the map like you can right here, and you can just look at it from below. You look at some of this stuff and you just think, what is going on with Call of Duty? Like, this is meant to be, you know, the peak of competitive play in the Call of Duty world. They have the new CDL control game mode, and yet, yet this is what we're watching. We also got this, I thought, from X, or at least he quote tweeted this from Rampage, and I mean, this is also quite remarkable here on Berlin. So a lot of maps are being tested, a lot of maps found out to really not make any sense. So as you can see right here, there's some blue arrows pushed up into the offensive spawn, kind of in a similar way, right? You're trying to get a spawn trap going, and of course it would make a fair bit of sense if the offense would spawn inside this building or something, and then of course they can't get seen from both locations. However, what happens instead is that the offense spawns in the defense spawn. That's something which should frankly never be possible in Control. Like, you know, even if you push out really this far and you hold these certain situations, there should always be some spawn locations which are okay for the offense on the offensive side of the map. Instead, they spawn in defense spawn, which is like, I mean, is this possible on every map? I don't really know, but clearly the spawns are nowhere near what they need to be. We've never had Control before in a game that SlasheR have made. Maybe they don't really understand exactly how to make the spawn logic work, but it's clearly not in a good place right now, which also means that is Control even playable in a competitive way? Like, as we saw with these spawn traps going on, with those glitches, especially on Tuscan, like, what are you meant to do in terms of playing this game mode? I'm sure the pros want to get screwing this map or screwing this game mode in the certain maps and figure out what the maps work, but if the spawns are like this and need fixing, then what do you even do? And this is what Gravity says, right? Because the Challengers Cup is meant to be coming up this next weekend, and as he says right here, with the current state of Control and its release and all the glitches it came with, the Challengers community would appreciate if the first two cups are pushed back even further into January. The game is not ready for competition. We want to wait to ensure the most competitive integrity. Will the CDL do this? I don't know. They already pushed it back once because they didn't even have a third game mode. Now we do have a third game mode, and still it's in such a broken state, which, you know, people can't really justify playing on this at a competitive level. Maybe they stick with their guns anyway, but I mean, SlasheR need to be on this to fix some of these issues, frankly, because it's not in a good state. It might take them a few weeks to do so, and I just can't believe this stuff happens every single time at this point. SlasheR quotes tweets some of this stuff and just says, you know, with a thumbs up. This is kind of the classic meme he did during Modern Warfare when he was frustrated with something, just saying like, look, yeah, thumbs up. I mean, yeah, fantastic stuff, right? Everyone's happy about this. He also tweets this out. I thought was interesting because some pros have been talking about this, and some people seem to believe that Activision's deliberately trying to kill their own league so they can make it a Warzone league instead. I don't buy that at all. I just think they have their priorities in the wrong place. But as SlasheR says, need to book some Warzone scrims for next week. Gotta prepare for the future, right? That's kind of what SlasheR's thinking. Like, look, in this state, as the game is trending in the current trajectory, like, I mean, not only are the personalities and the storylines gonna have to carry things pretty heavily this year, as I think Chrome pointed out yesterday, but also, like, you know, what is the future for some of these pros, right? Is it going to go down the Warzone route? SlasheR's thinking, yeah, need to book some Warzone scrims in, get ready to go on that front, because, I mean, yeah, Control in its current state, not ideal, not good for the pro players at all. Also, thanks to Sketch, you pointed a couple of things out to me here from a Method stream last night, so he was, you know, watching something around that, and SlasheR comes in the stream, have you seen Control? I've got to start saving money and investing, right? Because, yeah, maybe his future as a pro player isn't going to last, right, necessarily, if the game's in its current state in the CDL, obviously in a difficult spot. And he goes on to say as well, yeah, preparing for the future. Verdansk Gates, right, so saying, yeah, maybe instead of playing Call of Duty, I'll just start investing and saving up a load of money, but also getting into Warzone as well to kind of prepare for the future in that sense. As yeah, a fair few other pros have done, right, frankly, getting kicked out of the league this past season, moving into something like a Warzone content. It's not exactly an ideal spot these players find themselves in. Hopefully we don't have to worry about that, but it's just like every single time they release something seems to be wrong with it. And this is no exception, right? To be fair, I had to save this to the end because there was just so much else going on over the last 24 hours, but they actually added some CDL skins into the game. We had this last year. As you can see right here, you've got the CDL home skin on the right-hand side, and then, I mean, you've got the CDL away skin over here. So, I mean, okay, it's as basic really as it comes. This is like a jacket with Call of Duty League on it. It's not absolutely tragic, but it's just when you look at these in comparison to what some of the other esports have, you think all of a sudden, okay, hang on a second, like surely we could have done better than this, because all they've done is add a CDL skin. They haven't even attempted to do this at all for any of the rosters, any of the organizations, any of the teams. Now, yeah, okay, they don't have 12 teams in the league right now, but even if they did, would you think that they'd actually have done this already? I'm not necessarily sure they would have done. And as Hitch points out right here, for example, this is in Overwatch, right, for the Outlaws. This is the skins they got for the Houston Outlaws. I mean, yeah, this is what we get in Call of Duty for the Call of Duty League, outfit or whatever it is. And just compared to some other games, right, this is in Rocket League, the FaZe Clan, stickers right here. Like, obviously, this is really cool. And then we've got the Halo one as well, for example, the Cloud9 one, which I think is particularly nice, but also all the other esports outfits came at release on that one. So I guess the CDL have taken one step, but it's honestly more than I expected. Frankly, I didn't actually expect this to be in the game, so I guess that's a positive. But just compared to what the other esports are doing, it just feels so far behind, unfortunately, right now. And as Mercs is actually, just to finish out the video, really wish there was more I could do to help, but I don't get asked to anymore. So I guess Merc used to be consulted on some of these things. Some of the developers or Activision used to ask him, like, okay, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Like, how should we deal with this in the game? But now they don't even ask Merc anymore, and they stick to their own guns on all these issues. And then Merc would be one of the perfect guys to actually ask and consult about some of these topics that has that, good interest of the competitive scene in mind. But for whatever reason, they don't go down that route. So frustrating situation, frankly. At the same time, some steps forwards, you could say. We actually do have a third game mode now. There is some CDL related thing within the game itself. And then hopefully, sooner rather than later, ranked play will arrive and we can get this damn season underway. But I'm very much intrigued to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hitting that like button tells the YouTube gods this is a good video. Others like you should see it as well. And I've grown the competitive Call of Duty community. Thanks for watching as always. Take care. And I will see you next time.